You want me?
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tanya Archer, and on this channel I do mostly natural hair. No, I don't do natural hair videos as much anymore. Let me remix that a little bit. On this channel I do mostly Guyana themed videos. I do natural hair videos as well, and fashion videos, and just overall lifestyle themed content. Something that I've noticed in my comment section is a lot of my viewers are Guyanese people who were born in Guyana but moved out of Guyana and live abroad in places like US, Canada, England. And a lot of you guys tell me that you haven't been back to Guyana in like 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, and you do plan on going back to visit soon, or you're saving up to visit, or you would like to visit in the future. So I decided to make this video for you guys to show you like a few things that I think are just essential to do when visiting Guyana. This is a list of 5 or 6 things that I think are essential. Obviously, there's so much to do in Guyana, and I can create a whole series out of this and explain to you guys all the different things that I think you should do, but this is just my top 5. This list isn't in any particular order, but number 1 is the Essequibo Coast.
I'm a teacher, I'm the controller. I give them the diamond, I give them the gold.
So the Essequibo Coast is basically just like an area of Guyana alongside the Essequibo River. And this area is really country, it's very rural, it's very like, kind of like an area stuck in time. And the reason the Essequibo Coast is on my list is because it is just the most authentic Guyanese experience. Like if you want to really experience something truly Guyanese, you got to go to Essequibo. It is very farm-like, so you'll see a lot of rice fields, farmers like driving down the road in their big tractors. The roads aren't very developed, but they're very country, which is fine. Like I love that experience.
Oh my god, let me mix up just now. How long driving? 10 minutes?
There's a bunch of villages that are super close together, like less than 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes apart. And everyone's yard has a cherry tree or a mango tree, coconut trees. There's a whole bunch of breadfruit trees, coconut trees. What tree is this? Not coconut. Yeah, coconut actually. Mango trees, like so resourceful and filled with like everything you need just in this little, on this little island. And it's just filled with Guyanese culture. Essequibo is the definition of Guyanese culture. So what I would recommend you do if you do decide to visit Essequibo is just take a hire car or hire a taxi or a private driver.
What to get a taxi?
And just drive down and visit the different villages. There's Castle, there's Dartmouth, there's honestly, I don't know all of them, but there's a lot of villages in Essequibo that you can visit. One thing I really enjoyed about Essequibo is the tour that was hosted by Dragon Tours. And it's basically just a tour of the Essequibo rivers and islands along the river. This is a 10-hour tour, and it includes a visit to Dutch Island, Fort Island, Slot Island, Bartica, the Kaieteur Falls. So if you're someone who doesn't have much family in Essequibo, I definitely recommend Dragon Tours. I went with Dragon Tours last year, and it was just a phenomenal trip. Next on my list is Kaieteur Falls. If you're not afraid of tiny planes. Hi guys, this is the plane that we're going in right now. We're about to board. It's a pretty small plane. And flying over a rainforest and flying over a waterfall, then I highly recommend Kaieteur Falls. Kaieteur Falls isn't super developed, so there aren't any big planes that go into Kaieteur. There's just these mini like planes that fly in, so you really gotta be brave. You're really all the way up there. Now we're here. Kaieteur Falls holds the freaking record of largest free-falling waterfall in the world. In the entire world. That record exists in our home country, Guyana. You have to visit Kaieteur Falls. I was blessed enough to visit 2 times. Both times were super amazing. So the company that I traveled with last time I went to Kaieteur Falls was Air Services Limited, I think. And I absolutely love that tour company because the pilot was so dope. He was such a cool guy. I think the most astonishing part about Kaieteur Falls is the fact that there's no barriers. There is absolutely 0 barriers. The only thing that is man-implanted or man-made at the falls is a little sign that says, this is the little warning sign. Warning, stay back from edge. And that is it. Everything else is free will. You can go as close to the falls as you want, as close to the edge, or you can stay as far back as you want. There's that much open space and that much free will. So the plane departs from Ogle Airport, and when it lands and you get off the plane, you're led by a tour guide who actually makes quite a few stops. I think 3 stops before your viewing points. And he or she tells you about significant plants in the forest that the native people of the land would use to cure different things. Like they believe some plants would cure cancer, back pain, some plants would scare away mosquitoes and other unwanted bugs. It was really interesting to just learn about this culture. And for me, that is where value is. When I can learn about the different cultures of a place that I visit, there's so much value in that. These images that I'm showing you guys, it's really only like 10% of what the eye sees. When I was there in the present looking at the waterfall compared to when I was reviewing the footage after, it doesn't even compare. With your bare eyes, it's just so much more breathtaking, so much more beautiful. So I definitely recommend, guys, go to Kaieteur Falls if you can. On to the next recommendation. I would highly recommend you guys visiting this little place called Backyard Cafe. I've talked about this place in another video. It's basically just at a house, someone's personal home, and in the backyard is a whole cafe. It's a whole restaurant that is decked out super Guyanese style. When you look at the front of the house, you have no idea what to experience, but as soon as you walk towards the backyard, it's like a total transformation. There's so many handcrafted little bits to the backyard, and there's also a fireside. When last have you guys seen a Guyanese fireside? One thing that's really unique about this cafe is that you actually call in and request what you want to eat. Some people don't really like that, but I think it's so dope. The fact that you get to call in and tell the chef exactly what you want to eat for the night or the day or the morning, and he prepares that. I think that's pretty cool. So if you're going back home and you're craving some really authentic Guyanese food, if you're craving pepper pot, chicken curry, yes, I said chicken curry, then all you gotta do is call him up, place your order, tell him how many people are coming, and he'll really transform that space for you and give you the best service ever. On to another food place that I really adore in Guyana. It's not Guyanese food, but it's Chinese food. And we all know that Guyana has the best Chinese food ever. It's ever. New Thriving Restaurant. I think it's in Providence. I think there's multiple locations, but I'll link it down below. New Thriving Restaurant has the biggest variety my mind has ever seen. Like, I've never seen such variety in a restaurant in my life. Their menu is like a textbook. So every time I go back home, before I leave, I need to go to New Thriving. New Thriving, depending on how you want to say it. I usually go like the night before I leave, and it just satisfies my entire mouth. So not only is there a huge variety, I think the atmosphere is super dope. Like, I remember sometimes like there would be live performances. This one time there was this guy on the steel pan, and he was playing modern music on the steel pan. If you guys know the song Boot Up, he was playing Boot Up on his motherfucking steel pan. aside from the music, it's just a beautiful ambience. The lights, the decor, the staff is all dressed up. It's such a cool vibe. But more importantly, the food actually tastes good. The food lives up and matches the ambience of the place, which I think is such good quality. The next place I'm gonna mention is for entertainment. If you wanna if you wanna dance, if you wanna listen to good music and have good drinks, then this is the place. The Strip. I know it sounds like it's a strip club, but it's actually not a strip club. It has nothing to do with that. It's basically just a strip of different bars. I think it's like 3 different bars or 2 different bars or something like that. But it's basically just a strip of them. And it plays reggae, soca, dancehall, calypso, all that good music. The last thing that is on my list is early morning market visit to Bourda Market. And the reason I say early morning is because that is usually when all the fresh fruits come out. That is usually when it's less busy. It's not as hectic and the sun isn't as hot. So I definitely recommend going early morning, like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., no later than 9 a.m., and you're gonna be good. When I go to the market with my mom, she goes to one particular stall, and we pick up all our fruits there, and then we go to the one particular cheese man, we pick up all our cheese there, and it's just such a Guyanese cultural thing to do, to visit Bourda Market and try out the different stalls, and then have your go-to favorite stall. All right, guys, that is it for my top 5 or 6 things to do in Guyana when you go to Guyana. These are things that I recommend you do before you leave Guyana. When you go on your trip, before you leave, try to hit these key things because it will truly make your trip to Guyana a full Guyanese experience. I'm gonna say this again, I haven't experienced Guyana to its fullest. I'm still exploring and trying to try new things and meet new people, so I don't have the entire scoop. If you are someone who lives in Guyana or you're like, oh, you should have mentioned this in your video, then leave me a comment below and just let me know, and hopefully other people can read it as well and get some solid advice from you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Toodles!